NCERT Science, Class 8th, Chapter 3, Force and Pressure, Module 3. Hello friends, in the previous module, we studied about resultant force. How is resultant force calculated when forces are acting in the same direction or in the opposite direction? We also studied about the two types of forces, contact forces and non-contact forces. We studied in detail about the contact forces. We studied through two examples, muscular force and frictional forces. All are examples of contact forces. Let us now study in this module about non-contact forces. So the topic of today is non-contact forces or action at a distance force. Action at a distance force is also called non-contact force. Let us take an example. We take a magnet. When you bring a magnet near the iron clips, what you will see? When you bring a magnet near iron clips, the iron clips starts moving towards the magnet. What makes the iron clips to move towards the magnet? It is because of the magnetic force of the magnet. Magnetic force acts when the two objects, here in this case the magnet and the iron clips, are not in contact with each other. It means the force which acts even when two objects are not in physical contact with each other and brings about changes. What is this force called? Non-contact forces. Let us take another example. When you rub a plastic comb several times in dry hair, not in oily hair, and bring this comb near a heap of small pieces of paper, what you will see? These small pieces of paper are attracted by the comb. Why the small pieces of paper are attracted by the comb? This is because on rubbing the plastic comb, it gets charged. It is called electrostatic charge. What is this called? Electrostatic charge. The force exerted by the charged object on another charged or uncharged object is known as electrostatic force. So here you are seeing the charged comb and the paper pieces are not in contact with each other, but the electrostatic force is present. This electrostatic force, therefore, is also an example of non-contact force. So what do you mean by non-contact forces? Non-contact forces are forces which can act even when objects are not in physical contact with each other and brings about changes. They act through the space between them. Is it clear or not? What are non-contact forces? So non-contact forces, some examples are what? Magnetic forces, which we just studied, when a magnet can attract iron clips near it. Second example we discussed was electrostatic force. A plastic comb rubbed in dry hair attracts small pieces of paper because of electrostatic force. Gravitational force or a force of gravitation is also an example of non-contact force. Non-contact forces or action at a distance forces. Let us first discuss about magnetic force. What is magnetic force? You must have seen a magnet. When you bring a magnet near iron clips, what do you find? When you bring a magnet near iron clips, you will see iron clips move towards the magnet. Why? It is due to the magnetic force of the magnet. So what you have seen? When you bring a magnet near iron clips move towards the magnet due to the magnetic force of the magnet. So you can see here, magnetic force acts even when the two objects, here it is the magnet and the iron clips, they are not in contact with each other. In spite of that, you are seeing here the iron clips are moving towards the magnet. So magnetic force acts even when the two objects, that is the magnet and the iron clips, are not in contact with each other. So we can say the magnetic force is an example of non-contact force. Magnetic force is an example of what? Magnetic force is an example of non-contact force. Electrostatic force. Let us study one more example of non-contact force, that is electrostatic force. When you rub a plastic comb several times in dry hair, make sure the hair should not be oily. And when you bring this plastic comb rubbed several times in dry hair and bring it near a heap of small pieces of paper, what do you see? You will see that the small pieces of paper are attracted by the comb. Why? This is because on rubbing the plastic comb several times in dry hair, the comb gets charged. What is this charge called? It is called electrostatic charge. So you have seen here, when you rub a plastic comb several times in dry hair, not in oily hair, and bring it near a heap of small pieces of paper, they are attracted by the comb. This is because on rubbing, the comb gets charged. It is called electrostatic charge. So what is electrostatic charge? The force exerted by a charged object on any other charged or uncharged object is known as electrostatic force. So you have seen here, the charged comb and the paper pieces are not in contact with each other, but the electrostatic force is present. The electrostatic force, therefore, is an example of non-contact force. The first non-contact force you studied was magnetic force. The electrostatic force, therefore, is another example of non-contact force. Now let us perform an activity to show that electrostatic force is a non-contact force. What is the aim of the activity? To show that electrostatic force is a non-contact force. For this activity, the things needed are a plastic straw, a wooden stand, a sheet of paper, and a thread. Let us begin this activity. Take a plastic straw and cut it into two equal pieces. What you did? You took a plastic straw and cut it into two equal pieces. Suspend one of the pieces from a stand with the help of a piece of thread. So now you are having one piece of the straw held from the stand with the help of a piece of thread. Hold the other piece of straw in your hand and rub its free end with a sheet of paper. Now what you do? Bring the rubbed end of the straw near the suspended straw. What you will observe? Observations. The straw attracts the suspended straw. You will see the suspended straw is attracted towards this straw which you are holding in your hand. Why so? What is the reason behind it? The straw in your hand has been rubbed with what? A sheet of paper. The straw in your hand has got electrostatic charge after it has been rubbed with the sheet of paper. The straw has now become what? A charged object. Charged straw attracts the uncharged suspended straw. In this way, you see that the charged straw is able to attract the suspended straw. Now what you do? Rub the free end of the suspended piece of straw and the straw in your hand with a sheet of paper. Again bring the piece of straw near the free end of the suspended straw. What is your observation? The straw rubbed with paper repels the suspended straw when free end of the suspended straw is rubbed with paper. Here what is happening? Repulsion is taking place. Why? The reason is, on rubbing the suspended straw with the sheet of paper, you have made the suspended straw also a charged object. A same charged object. And we know that like charges repel each other. So here also, the straw which is in your hand, rubbed with the paper, repels the suspended straw, rubbed with the same sheet of paper. Why? Because like charges repel each other. So what you are finding in this activity? There is no contact between the suspended straw and the straw in your hand. But in spite of that, there is attraction as well as repulsion. In other words, the force is acting in spite of there is no contact between the two straws. What do you conclude from this activity? Electrostatic force is a non-contact force. Is it clear or not? Let us now discuss about gravitational force. Suddenly, if a coin or a pen slips from your hand, where does it go? It falls to the ground. You must have observed a coin or a pen fall to the ground when it slips off from your hands. Why do the coin fall downwards only? The coin fall down towards the earth because the earth pulls the coin towards it. The earth pulls every object towards it. In other words, we can say the earth attracts or pulls the coin due to the force. What is this force called? Force of gravity. What is this force called? Force of gravity. So what is force of gravity? The force of attraction exerted by the earth on any object is called the force of gravity, or simply gravity also. So gravity pulls the object towards the earth. Every object is attracted towards the earth because of force of gravity. Take one more example. When we throw an object upwards, say a ball, what do you find? The ball moves upward and then it falls downwards towards the earth. Why a ball which is thrown upwards falls down towards the earth? Same reason. The ball falls downwards due to the force of gravity. Since the ball falls downwards, it is in motion. There must be a force acting on it. What is this force? This force is due to the attraction between the earth and the object. It is called the force of gravity. Gravity pulls the ball towards the earth. Is it clear or not? So here you have seen that there is no contact between the ball and the earth. In spite of that, the earth is able to exert a force on the ball. What is this force called? This force is called force of gravity. It is an example of non-contact force. Is it clear or not? Now let us discuss a new concept, pressure. The effect of the applied force depends on two factors. The magnitude of force applied. Greater is the force applied, greater is its effect. So the effect of the applied force depends on the magnitude of force applied. Number two, the effect of the applied force depends on the area over which the force is applied. The smaller the area of contact, greater is its effect. So the second factor is what? The area over which the force is applied. To measure the effect of force, we need a quantity that takes into account both the magnitude of force as well as area of contact. The physical quantity which takes into consideration both the magnitude of force and the area of contact is pressure. Let us discuss about pressure with an example. When a force acts on an object, pressure is produced. Take an example when you push a drawing pin into the wood with a larger force. What you will observe? When you push a drawing pin into the wood with a larger force, a drawing pin goes into the wood very quickly. What will happen when you push the same drawing pin into the wood with a lesser force? You will find that the drawing pin goes into the wood very slowly. What does this mean? This means that in case of drawing pin, larger is the force, greater is the effect on the drawing pin. Why? Because it goes into the wood very quickly. And lesser is the force, lesser is the effect on the drawing pin. And that is why the drawing pin goes very slowly. So what you observed here, greater is the force applied, greater is its pressure. Lesser is the force applied, lesser is its pressure. So here we have understood the physical quantity called pressure. Let us take another example. When you put your thumb on a piece of wood and press it, will the thumb go into the wood? No, the thumb does not go into the wood. But when you push a drawing pin into the wood with the same force you applied on your thumb, what do you find? The drawing pin goes into the wood. Why so? The thumb does not go into the wood, but the drawing pin goes into the wood. The reason is area of contact. The force applied on the wood is almost the same in both the cases. But the drawing pin has much smaller area of contact as compared to your thumb. The drawing pin goes into the wood due to the sharp tip having a very small area of contact with the wood. So smaller the area of contact, greater is the pressure. Bigger the area of contact, lesser is the pressure. Is the activity clear to you? Let us quickly revise the important concepts of this module. What are non-contact forces? Non-contact forces are forces which can act even when objects are not in physical contact with each other and bring about changes. They act through the space between them. Give some examples of non-contact forces. Some important non-contact forces are magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravitational force, that is force of gravitation. What is magnetic force? The force exerted by the magnet on the magnetic substances is called magnetic force. What is electrostatic force? The force exerted by a charged object on any charged or uncharged object is known as electrostatic force. What is force of gravity? The force of attraction exerted by the earth on any object is called the force of gravity. The pressure depends on two factors. List them. The pressure depends on two factors. 1. The magnitude of force applied. Greater the force, greater is its effect. 2. The area over which the force is applied. Smaller the area of contact, greater is its effect. I am sure all the concepts of this module are clear to you. Let us answer all the questions given in the exercise based on this module in our notebook. I am sure if your concepts are clear, you will be able to answer all the questions easily, correctly, confidently, in your own words without cramming. So let us solve all the questions given in the exercise in our notebook. All the best.